Hello, my name is Dave Jouvet. I'm a Senior Vice President here at the Business and Industry Association, and this is BIA's weekly legislative video update. Well, the 2021 legislative session is approaching its conclusion. There's several weeks to go. The House has finished up with House and Senate bills, and the Senate has finished up with Senate and House bills, and we're left with what is called conference committee season. A conference committee is where there is a House version and a Senate version of the bill, and the goal of the conference committee is to try and find a compromise that both the House and the Senate can live with. There are a number of bills that are in conference committee this week. The 800-pound gorilla is the state budget, and the conferees from the Senate and House will be working on that for most of the week. The budget is in two different pieces. HB1, which is the actual numbers, the dollar appropriations that go through various agencies of state government and taxes that are raised to meet those obligations. The second part is what's called the trailer bill, HB2, and that contains all the narrative explaining how the dollars shall be spent, and in some cases changing statute. It also includes a number of non-budgetary issues that were tacked on, and those are the ones that the Conference Committee on HB2 will be spending most of their time with. There's a number of issues, non-budgetary, that relate to merging of the college and university system, whether to enact single sales factor for business profits tax apportionment, school voucher bills, abortion restriction bills, language relating to what is called divisive concepts that is very controversial, that still need to be ironed out. For our part, our main focus on the budget this year is ensuring that the university system and community college systems are properly funded to avoid tuition increases. They are, after all, the main pipeline for labor for New Hampshire employers, and they did okay in the budget. They did not lose any money from previous budgets. The other area we're concerned with is Medicaid reimbursements to hospitals for Medicaid services they provide. If the state does not provide an adequate reimbursement for Medicaid services, the hospitals shift those costs to other insureds, primarily businesses and in some cases employees, in the form of higher health insurance premiums. And again, Medicaid reimbursements were treated fairly in this budget. The final area we're watching closely is one where there is not disagreement between the House and Senate, and that is in the area of business taxes. Both the business profits tax and the business enterprise tax will see rate reductions, and that will be welcome for businesses large and small around the state. And now let me turn it over to my colleague, David Creer.
Hi, I'm David Creer, Director of Public Policy at BIA. As Dave has already explained, the legislature is busy in committees of conference trying to find some common ground in the bills which were passed with different versions between the House and the Senate. One of those bills was House Bill 315, which cleans up some statutory language to allow easier access to community aggregation. Community aggregation is a way for municipalities to gather their electricity ratepayers, both residential and commercial and industrial, to have better bargaining power and buy electricity from a competitive supplier. BIA is working to pass House Bill 315 as a way for smaller businesses to save on their electricity costs. Yesterday, the House members on the Committee of Conference agreed to accept the amendments made in the Senate, which were mostly technical amendments, and means that the bill will likely make its way through the final stages of the legislature and head to the governor. Another Committee of Conference finalized their decision this week on Senate Bill 103. This bill was about a tax waiver for out-of-state businesses that are doing work in the state during a state of emergency. But at the last minute, the House tacked on language that would ban the siting of new landfills within 2 miles of a state park. BIA has been fighting this language since the beginning of the session, which was originally found in House Bill 177. That bill was killed by a bipartisan majority of the Senate. The Committee of Conference ultimately decided to remove the House's amendment, which once again places the landfill siting ban in the trash. This has been BIA's Legislative Video Update, and be sure to look for our weekly Legislative Review newsletter every Monday to find out more about what's happening at the state's Capitol.